Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan. If this is your first time here, we're going to be back in Minecraft today. Got a shout out very early in the stream to MindTripMedia for 100 bits and to SweetSandi resubscribing. That's 53 months for Sandy at tier 1. Thank you so much, Sandy. And cheers as always, MindTrip. I really appreciate the support. I did not catch the hype train in time. There's 10 seconds left. If anybody wants to chime in with 100 bits, a tier 1 sub or whatever to kick that off. Otherwise, I think we might have to wait a half an hour or an hour before another hype train. But I really appreciate the support, folks. Very, very kind of you. Blast Jordan is also kicking around. I see Obu in the chat as well. Some of the usuals hanging out here to start the week. If you are unfamiliar, the Spawn Chunks podcast is all about Minecraft. It's a news show that I do with Pixel Riffs, editorial, answer listener emails, chat about stuff. And we were brainstorming about what to build when the happy guest arrives. On the latest episode, that's 352. It's available on your favorite podcasting platform. It's also on YouTube. Video version is on Spotify as well, if that's where you like to hang your podcast hat. But I prefer YouTube usually for video, mainly because I watch YouTube in the living room and I can put it up on the big screen for podcasts and stuff that have video elements. But we are going to pick up where we left off in Westhill. We were doing some road texturing. We're going to move on, I think, from road texturing for now and try something else on the to-do list. But we're going to at least continue on with what we are doing in the medieval city. What to build? A blimp? Of course, a blimp. Yes, there's very, very sky-themed, very hot air balloon-themed ideas bouncing around, I think. The big thing we were talking about on the show was garages, like for your, because you can ride the happy gas, having like a gassed garage or some sort of dock or hangar bay could be kind of fun. I think it would be really cool to have some sort of redstone door where your gas would like come out of the floor, like your gas could like rise up out of the hangar and fly away, and you could make it look like a kind of a sci-fi hangar. I might do that in the sci-fi zone. I might retexture some mobs too. I think it could be fun to have like robot looking ghasts or ghasts with longer tentacles, or I don't know. I feel like I could do something with the ghasts to make them look kind of fun. Maybe the end of each tentacle could look like it has like a propulsion unit on it. I don't know. It could be fun art experiments in a texture. So we finished the East Road textures by the graves and the East Road tree fix. You know what? Maybe that's what we'll start off with today. That's an easy thing to check off. East Road to bridge. That is also done. So we can actually check that off. And all of our shulker boxes are already out there. So we should be able to just go and work on the tree. So what does everybody think they're going to be building with the Happy Ghast when it arrives? I want to do like an elevator type thing. Let's just bring some of these over. We might need some of that and some of that. And I'm going to need some wood, and it looks like it's an oak tree. So we're going to need some oak and we're going to need some spruce. This is something we discovered when we were working on the road, is that I forgot to finish a custom tree. So the roots and where the tree kind of attaches to the ground needs to be finished up. I don't think there's a faster way to get there. We'll just take the roads. If I at all seem a little on the slow side today. I was up at like 4 a.m. for no good reason, and I was not able to get back to sleep. So right now at 1 o'clock, it feels like it's the end of my day, and it's not even halfway through. Okay, so this is the custom tree we need to fix her up, and this is the custom tree that I like that's nearby, and I think we're going to try to do something very similar. You can see we've used some slabs and some stairs. We've also got soil. Looks like rooted dirt in by the edges. Yeah. So we're going to put down a little mobile home base here. Trapdoors probably won't be any good. We might use some of those. Probably going to use some leaf litter. Be good. We've not had a chance to build with those. Right, so right away, all these roots are the same height, which I don't like. So we're gonna try and do something else with that. Say over here. It's a stair there. Feel like I'm gonna want to do a stair here. It's starting to look better. We might have to stick with the full log out here. Make this maybe soil. And I think there's a bed nearby. I could just pop in here. EladJenkins with a tier 1 subscription. Thanks very much. 28 months. That's amazing. What have you been up to in Minecraft lately? And I'm going to go get my bed, which I think is over here somewhere. That's a really cute emote, SweetSandi, that animated one. I like that. So right away I've noticed that I think these are going to be in the way. I'm just going to move them. In terms of me like looking at them, the build. That's a little better. Feel like this needs a little more dirt on this side. It's that, or maybe we'll go even lighter. Nope, I think darker was good. Can you put leaf litter on soul soil? Can. That's cool. Nice. You do it on this too? Oh, you can't put it on stairs. Okay, that's good to know. I feel like maybe in this back corner we could also add a little bit more dirt. Maybe some muddy mangrove roots. Lately, you've been farming breeze rods to set up wind charge launching stations all over the shopping district. That's really cool, Elad. Chasing down the new mob variants in 1.21.5. I'm glad I'm not the only one that only just updated to 1.21.5. I feel like there's been some people that were late to that as well. Are the wind charges things in anticipation of the Happy Ghast with 1.21.6? Do you think you'll update to that sooner than later? And it doesn't take very long to go through leaf litter. I'm glad it's easy to get. Whoops. It really works with the falling leaves. This is technically, I think, a mod. It's not the vanilla falling leaves, but it works. Yell FFAC, hello. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. How did you find the stream? Are you coming in from the Spawn Chunks podcast, or did you find us natively on Twitch? You know, I think that's pretty good for the base. I might I might want to change that. I might want to switch this to something dirt related. I think that works. I might actually toss in some extra texture here. Actually, maybe we'll flip that. Man, I cannot do with this frame rate. Yeah, getting a stutter. Unfortunately, whenever I upgrade to a new version of Minecraft, my graphic performance just tanks. It's not fun. I'm not sure if I've done a little bit too much with the leaves. I think we're okay. Now I need to focus on the upper part of the tree because I like what I did over here with some of these lower custom branches. So we'll try to do that over here too. So, for example, having that be a different height is always good. Same thing over here. We can probably sneak in a stair. Not very often I get to use oak leaves. Why, John? Hello. The launcher started out as a bit of a fun for building one of the vague sign inviting everyone to step in to see what happens. Since our shopping district is huge, they are now convenient alternative to moving around. I don't really think about happy gas, although many are anticipating them. Very cool. Pixorus was talking about using wind charges as like, because the happy gas, they kind of hover a little bit above the ground. And so if it's out of your reach, he was thinking about like using a wind charge on the ground to like double jump your way up onto the back of one. Kind of like a cool like meta trick to just like mount the gas in a fun way. I guess that looks okay. Don't know. I guess I need to just try it out. I'm thinking that this could look better as a stair, maybe. Not my favorite. I'm wondering if this needs to go the other direction. Nope, it's too small of a connection. Whoops. I wonder if this branch here just needs to come out more. I wonder if this needs to be out here. So this wasn't a custom tree. I don't think I built this. I think it was like partially grown. And we just kind of tweaked it. keep that going back, I guess. Yeah, that's better. I like it that it's less symmetrical. It's kind of boxy, but that's kind of how Minecraft trees are. I feel like I could use maybe one more round of leaves out the front. This is where the camera mod or a happy ghast in the future would come in very handy. Want to back up and look at something? Oops. Yeah, that's better. Need one more block. Because I'm picky like that. I don't know whether putting dirt down on leaf litter destroys it or not. Say that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that I've got a nice Y going from this direction as well. And a nice asymmetrical kind of vibe. I kind of feel like it should have something hung on it, like maybe the inn would put something on it. The only sign is over here. I wonder if we could put like a signpost on this. Because we could do that with... I mean, it might be better to go with oak, just because it'll stand out more. Or we could do this. I mean, it feels silly to do this because I'm always complaining that you can't do that with lanterns, but you can do it with signs. So you'd think that I would want to do it more often. I don't know. What do we like better? Do we like the combo of the trapdoor and the sign? Because then we could put it at like an angle. It doesn't really matter for folks coming this way, though. The folks coming this way would have that sign. And what will we put on it? Probably just like... Don't know if I'd do the exact same thing. I feel like it might be better to have a direction. I don't know, there's only one road, so like there's no real vacancy or no vacancy. I don't know about that. Feels like a long way to go from the door for that. I guess I could just do the same thing. Grumpa, good to see you. Why, Janet? Hello. I'm sorry if I missed you coming in. Thanks for the lurk, Grumpa. Appreciate it. Yes, we just did little things like that. East Road, North Road. I guess we could put North Road. Or maybe we could just point towards the crossroads. So I could do... It's too long. Maybe just crossroad? North Road fits better, but then I don't have any room for an arrow. Somebody was asking earlier, I think it's Unicode that I looked up online for these little symbols. And once you have it in the game, as long as you don't wax your signs, I think you can grab it. Some of these are obviously armor stands that are floating little symbols. Oh, that's going the wrong way. I think I have a little deja vu. I feel like there was not a symbol for the other direction. I feel like all the arrows pointed right, and that's why I didn't use them more often over here. Like, I don't think there was a left-facing arrow. I think that's why I had to use an actual arrow. Why there's no East Road arrow going that way. Let me just look up some stuff here online. Oh no, that we might have some left and right. I feel like we just don't have the right, we don't have the left and right in the style that we want. If anybody knows and can look that up, then let me know. Specifically, it would be nice to have that style of arrow, just because it's nice and bold. Yeah, I think I remember running into this before. Some arrows are just really tiny, so it doesn't really work that well. And there's just so many to sort through. Play and pause and rewind look pretty bold. I don't think that would really work. Not in the medieval setting. Sorry, as I scroll a website on the side. Oh. Yeah, these all just face right. Darn it. That's annoying. I see the one that we used, but there's no left version that I'm seeing. Oh, maybe I didn't scroll far enough. Have they separated them all out by direction? Plus it's going to be whatever the pixelated version is for Minecraft. All right, well, we can't use that one. I think I was just using the tilde. And, See, unless I have an arrow, I feel like this has to say East Road because you're on the East Road, right? Yeah, the items in the sign is really effective. I quite like it as well. And we could do that too. We could put like an actual arrow in an armor stand. There are some fatter arrows that point left, but they may be a little bit too modern. Not really super clear. Not the best silhouette, right? Everything else looks like a mouse pointer. This one might be okay. No. For context, I should send people this is the website that I'm on in chat. It's great. You can hover over the symbol on the website and just copy the Unicode and then just, it's not great either. Again, so many of them just look too modern. If I can find the other one. Right, so this is heavy wedged-tailed rightwards arrow is what it was called, the one that we like. You can't search for them by name, which is annoying. Too bad that you can't copy and flip it. It's part of the dingbats. All right. Probably a little bit too involved. We'll do an armor stand for this, I guess. I don't know. I think I've got my ender chest out here. Sorry, just give me 1 second, folks. Okay, sorry. Small tech emergency with the parental units, but crisis averted. Arrow, and I guess we'll just use the armor statues mod. No gravity, no base plate. Yes to small. Give it an arrow. Position. There's a rotation. So much easier than the other book. That might even be too big. Is it smaller in the hand? I think it is. It is. Okay. Well, that's easy. Right arm. Yeah, this will be better. It is annoying that you can't move yourself. That's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Visible. And I just need some dye, which is obviously still over here. I think I used brown dye on these guys. I might have left it dark. No, that looks brown to me. Yep, makes a nice difference. Now, I wonder if there's any like dots or something that I could find. So that's not big enough. Problem with this Unicode tables is just it's massive. I should keep like a text document of stuff that's useful. This one that's one that's just a little bit bigger than a single pixel. Does anybody know what those are called? Like a simple, almost like an asterisk, but not. Bullets, I guess. That's the same thing. I want it bigger than a bullet. Black circle. This might work. A little bit better. Normally I use O's, but I find on the hanging signs, the O's are a little bit too large. I guess we could try gray with that too. Probably won't work. Nope. That's right, brown's fine. Thank you, SweetSandi. I was just about to say it might be time for a little break. I also should probably check on the parents to make sure that everything that I just sent them in a text quickly makes sense. I've been helping my parents out with a lot of their tech stuff lately. Actually, I don't need to do that. I'll just pop into the inn. That worked out. First task done by the first break. Cool. I'm just going to hang upstairs where it's safe, and I will see you guys in about... give me like 10 minutes just to kind of double check on things, and I'll be right back. Nice having beds everywhere around here now that we're all set up across the towns with finished interiors. It makes it very easy to step away AFK when you need to. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So that is the East Road completely done. West Road over the hill, North Path, South Bank, North Gate Road. I don't think there's anything else down the other way. Pretty good if I do say so myself. You know what? We're going to do a screenshot. Although the dye in this pack does not really work very well. Yeah, I wonder if that's a setting for the... No, it would be a texture pack. Lighting, camera, atmosphere, other. Shader pack list. Oh no. Lighting, light color. It's all dimensional. Like I don't know why they would change the way that ink appears on a sign. That seems like a strange thing. Materials. Anybody in chat know in Complementary Reimagined where you, or if you can change the material of the sign? Because it's unfortunate because it really doesn't look very good. Because like it looks better without the shaders. Zero, you and me both. I was up at 4. Dislike. Do not recommend. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I guess I'm not sure whether I should leave some of this stuff out here. I don't mind getting up early, says Zero, between 5 and 6. Doing a morning walk before breakfast, but that's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. In the summertime, if you're up before the sun, too early. I don't mind getting up around 6 or 7. A lot of the times I wake up around 6:45, just my natural kind of wake up time, and then I kick around in bed for 15 minutes, half an hour. And then I get up around 7:15. It depends on what I have to do that day. If it's Monday and I've got the Spawn Chunks podcast, I get up right away. But that's because we record at 10, and I tend to I need a couple hours to prep, plus breakfast and a lot of coffee. Let's look and see what we got next. I don't want to do road texture. I think we did that enough last stream. Rivers, Spruce River, points of interest. We could work on the marshland area. Keep basement. I could move some of the stuff out of the keep basement, I guess. Not the most exciting stream. We really are just getting kind of low on stuff. So this area could use some firefly bushes, and this thing needs to be some sort of house. Plus I had the idea for a little dock out here. I don't think I like the idea of an angled dock. I think it might be nicer to have this be straight. I may also just decide to put this house straight instead of on an angle. I don't know. It would be a lot easier, I can tell you that much. It's also really big. That's a large building. I feel like we could probably do like a smaller house with an outbuilding, maybe. All right, well, let's pack this up then. Oh, I should have picked up the XP. Whoops. Oh, there wasn't much in there anyway. Ooh, lots of flowers. Lots of flowers. I don't know if we're going to need anything more than a stack. There's the moss. I was like, where did the moss go? Nice. Cool. So, we still have 5 levels. I don't think anything here really needs a label. No, not really. So the thing that I need to think about, which I don't want to do all at once, because it would be a very long stream, is we've got all of these shulkers, which is kind of like my game storage. Like, this is my library of things for building, and I'm going to be moving these all onto the sci-fi zone when that happens. However, we also have all of this stuff. I've got shulker boxes full of dirt, grass. Like, the amount of grass we have is just silly. I've got deep slate. Some of this stuff we're just going to be clearing out and taking with us. Like, for example, some of that cobble we could probably restock our cobble blocks with. Eventually we'll need more. Lots of andesite, lots of stuff there. And we got lots of oak. Not very much spruce or dark oak. Sand. And then no gravel. So all of this stuff, I've got a crypt on the other side of the town, underneath the graveyard. And the idea was to use the crypt as the final storage for the area. So the reason why I've kept the storage underneath the keep is because it's pretty central, like it's in the middle of town. And so it's easy for me to kind of branch out from there and work on different things. But I do want to start eventually moving things over here, because that bulk storage system down there, we're just not going to use it or need it anymore after we're done in this area. It was a good thing to have, but we're going to move everything over here. So this looks like, you know, like a crypt where these would be like sarcophagi and stuff, but it's starting already to have dirt and grass, right? So we'd want to have probably dirt and grass here, and then like a couple of stone and stuff like that. And we could put some shulker boxes in here. I would probably have like this central place have like more odds and ends, and then this other one would be like maybe the woods and stone and stuff. But we got lots of room because even though they're single here, they're doubled up on the ends. So it looks cool, but it also is very practical. And very dark. It is spawn proof, but it's also very dark. It is gloomy, yeah. The other thing that we need to do is do the Spruce riverbanks. And to show you what I mean, on the Westhill River, which is this river here, we've kind of done like little custom riverbank stuff. There's a tree there, lots of grass, little bits of path block and rooted dirt. And then all of this is custom, like basically up until the top of the cliff, right? That's all custom landscaping. It's very simple, but it's all custom landscaping. And we've got some new foliage we can work with. We've got like the firefly bushes, and we've got the bush, you know. So that has to be done all along here. It's a big job. So I'm going to try to keep it pretty simple. Could use a skeleton trapped in a corner for down there for extra effort. Yeah, that could be fun. Well, I guess we could take a stab at planning out that fishing shack. Just bring all the woods I think I might need. Do I know? I don't think I'd want any stone. Maybe we'll bring some cobble and tough just for now. Graham Wham, thanks for the follow. And Cheesy16, thanks for the follow as well. So I'm thinking I want to make this a little bit more simple and maybe go for like a fishing hut with like a, I'm not sure what you want to call it, like an outdoor covered area for like drying fish, maybe. So first things first, I want to take a screenshot of this. Just in case I need to change it. What did I do with that bed? Here it is. Don't normally plan stuff out with wood just because it takes so long to chop down. Coarse dirt might not be the best choice either. Yeah, so instead of having this really large house, I feel like I should have like a smaller footprint. I've got to use something else. Maybe we'll use moss. So maybe that might be a little bit too small. That's a little bit better. I might be making this too tall. Yeah, it feels a little bit big. Jacob, thanks very much. Appreciate the kind words. I'm glad you like the town. It's always really cool when you can inspire other Minecraft builders to do stuff. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a lot more straightforward. I just have to decide whether I want it to face the road or whether I want it to face this way. It might make more sense to have it face this way. It's not going to be made out of moss, don't worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it might look better coming this way. Yeah. We might have to move it farther south. So maybe this would lead up to the front door. Have it down like around here. Can't see that very well. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a hoe that gets rid of moss, right? Or shears? Never remember. I don't normally place this much of it at once. Yeah, you can sort of see what I'm putting down. So that would be like the path to the front door. And then we'd have another building off to the side. I might want to even bring that a little bit more forward and south. So then this would kind of like go off to the side here. Then we'd have another building here. Something like that. Yeah, and then maybe this dock could be straight. I think it'd be a lot easier to decorate and design it if it wasn't so big. It just feels like a much larger dock when you have to do it on an angle. So if I did it over here, I'm not sure if I want to do it above the water. I guess I do. Even then, like, we could maybe even go with a smaller one. Yeah, I feel like that works. Again, this building might move a little bit. Not like I don't have enough spruce slabs already, but hey, no use in wasting the blocks. I feel like we might have to make that lower into the water. It might be cool to have like an actual L shape to it. I wouldn't mind putting this on an angle. I just feel like the house would be better off straight. All right, I think I took a screenshot, so I feel like I'm comfortable in removing some of this. Oops. You can see how this path might curve around. So some of that we can even leave maybe as like a bit of a stone wall or something. Yeah, that's not too bad. I just feel like it's a little bit far, but maybe we could put something behind it. I'm forever running out of grass, so I really shouldn't be wasting that. So back here, maybe we have some sort of like raised crop beds or something. Now these we could put on an angle. Whoops. So then back here, maybe we could have some gardens. I thought there was going to be a little bit more room. I'm going to have to nudge some of this stuff around, I think, to better match with the riverbank. This could be closer this way. I feel like that's pretty good. This feels very oddly straight, so this one is something I might actually put it on an angle. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'll have to think about the logistics of this a little bit more, but essentially that's what it would be. That angle might be too steep. That feels about right. I'm just thinking about something like with a slight cover for it to get you out of the rain if you needed to be. So imagine this being like an open thing with like fish drying on racks, maybe. Miss Dirk7, hello, hello. How does this feel from over here? I think it's okay. I've kind of put my shulker boxes right in the middle of the road, but yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now, as far as the actual house, we probably want to start the ceiling a little bit lower. And I would probably make it more of an L shape. 2, 3. Here, maybe? Yeah, kind of come in from a door here. Have a couple of windows there. Slightly bigger window there. Well, this would probably be like the fireplace. I find when you get into this level of planning, it's good to do like a framework and then bounce inside and sort of think like, what would you have in here? What would make sense to have as placeholders, you know? So I'm thinking probably like maybe a table chair or two. And then over here would probably be like kitchen space. Well, if that's the fireplace, maybe the fireplace is going to be up here. Fireplace should be centered probably here. There could be another window there, maybe. Doesn't give a lot of space. That could probably be the bed. Sleep in the kitchen. I could make that the back door. Actually, I kind of like that here. I mean, whatever, we could sleep in the kitchen. And then for the roof, we would probably go pretty low. And then probably just stairs, which I will need more of. Try to make the peak in the middle here. So it keeps it nice and low. This would end up being a gable. Try to wireframe this stuff in best you can. So then here, I don't know what we do. I guess we could just go down in slabs. Almost. Doesn't look terrible. I think maybe we do the stair first and then the slabs. Time fly when you're having fun. Second hour stream has come and gone. Thanks very much, Sandy. Appreciate the heads up. Yeah, I don't think that's too big. I'll do something more interesting with the front, probably. Mr. Dirk, this is just going to be somebody's little fishing hut. Well, fishing, it's going to be a home, but it's going to be like the home of a fisherman that lives on the river. I just needed something to fill the space, and because it's so close to the river, it makes sense that whoever would live here would probably have a lot of river stuff happening. I think I might make it green, you know, even though I know that I'm not going to be using moss. I feel like the building material that we used to map it out kind of gave me a good idea for like a nice green color. We've been doing a lot of brown lately. Feel like that works. Yeah. I mean, the bed could also go there too. Mikatu, hello. Moss scaffolding. Oh, it's just moss placeholder. Just kind of like mapping out the size of the building. And since we've got the slabs on this, I can show you what I have in mind here. That doesn't work. Let's go with stair there. I don't know, some sort of structure like that could be kind of cool. We'll probably be able to come in with more details in the long run. And we'd make it a different color than the roof so that it would stand out a little bit better. Now I could also add some trapdoors to that, make it even thinner. The only thing I'm not liking about this is that the roof feels a little bit long and boring. So I might like drop it here. I don't know, I've got to do something with it. I could also just make it shorter by a block. That would also be probably doable. Yeah. Cool. I will worry about that next time. But overall, like, it's a pretty good plan, I think. To have a small kind of fishing thing there. The hard part is going to be figuring out like what to put in that space. Maybe another tree. I was going to do a custom tree right there, but maybe we put it farther down. It's a very dark storm. I'm not sure I like the puddles. I might turn those back off. I thought it would be kind of fun, but it makes everything shiny. I might even leave a little bit of that stone wall there too. So you can see the idea of like the L shape on the roof. I think I will maybe knock that back by a bit. And so whoever lives here would have their own little garden for food, fish off the wharf. I don't think I don't want to put it out this way because then I feel like that would narrow it too much. So I feel like where it is probably good. We could have other things around here like barrels. And yeah. I feel like I've got a groove for it now. So I think we're doing pretty well. Where is it on the outskirts? Yeah, it's way up here. So there's Westhill down there. And this is, so the idea here is that I want something to look at when you come into town. So when you're coming across this bridge, we back up a little bit. I don't think you can see it from the top of the ridge. You might be able to. Probably not. No. You come down here, and as you approach the valley, some things start to come into view. The farm over there. And then as you come through here, like you're looking right at it, right? And then the trees pass in front of it. You can sit here and go like, oh, that looks cool. Right? It's framed pretty well. And then as you go up over the bridge, everything kind of comes into view, and then it kind of breaks up the river as well. So the river comes behind it. So basically you're adding layers, right? Different things to look at. And then as you're walking towards it or walking around the back here, you've got something cool to look at. You can still see that. Again, I think I am going to shave off an edge here. And then, yeah, we need something interesting to happen here, but I'll figure that out later. Cool. Happy with that. That's some serious progress on a very empty area as of right now. So very, very cool. I'm going to pass you along to somebody else playing Minecraft. Let me just grab my follow list here. Who's up? Megabyte. Y'all like Megabyte? Feel like a Tuesday raid to Megabyte is a pretty good tradition. So I will pass you along to Megabyte. They are crafting in the community, celebrating Pride Month, I think. So that should be a good shout. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Once again, you can follow me on social media. Very easy to find, Joel Duggan. That's where I post when I go live. If you are not already part of the Discord gets an automatic notification. So Twitch can be twitchy. My Discord is always on point in terms of when I'm live. So patreon.com/JoelDuggan to join the Discord, or a tier 1 or Prime Gaming sub here in chat, and that will get you into the Discord. Very much appreciate the support. It is the beginning of the month, so for everyone that is on my Patreon that is supporting me monthly there for just $2 US, it's less than a cup of coffee. I really, really appreciate it. That kind of consistent income really helps me do what I do. Do check out the Spawn Chunks podcast. It's available on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. New episode came out yesterday. That's episode 352. We talked about the Ghast, the Happy Ghasts, and the name of the new summer drop. It's called Chasing the Skies, or Chase the Skies, pardon me, Chase the Skies. And we think it's fun. It's going to be a good time when that drops, hopefully soon, maybe Tuesday, maybe the Tuesday after, week and a half, new version of Minecraft coming out. I will see you all tomorrow, 1 o'clock Atlantic, UTC -4 hours. Bye for now.